I'm so thankful to the organizing members for giving me this chance today to present this presentation in front of you guys. So I'll start. Right, so this is the first slide. Young entrepreneurs. As entrepreneurs, just before that, I would like to ask a quick question. How many of you are interested in entrepreneurship right now? Can I just see your hands? That's a good number, nice. Okay, so as young entrepreneurs, the first thing that we have to take care is we should work to learn and not to earn. Right now is the age to learn stuff. We have to get out there in the world. We have to get out there, understand how it works, how everything is figured out, how everything gets into place, and not focus on earning. I know economic reasons, economic backgrounds are the reason why people start businesses, but it is not the sole reason right now we should get out there. So that's the first thing that I would like to say, that work to learn and not to earn. Okay, so I believe in this small theory that I've come up with. I believe in 4 P's. I know it doesn't rhyme with entrepreneurship, but yeah, I believe in 4 P's. The first one being, passion. Passion is such a strong word. To do anything in your life, to pursue anything in your life, you need passion. If you are passionate about a particular thing, nobody can stop you from doing that. So passion is the number 1 thing that you need to have before starting up anything. The second thing is practice. If you are passionate about something, if you like doing something, if you love that stuff, but you don't practice it, it's of no use. I'll share a small experience about practice. When I started doing events when I was 15, the first thing that I had to do was to prepare a formal letter, because I had to give that letter to a school proposing the event at their venue. So it took me almost 35 or 45 minutes to draft just official 1-page letter, because I was so confused. I was so feared that if something is wrong, the school authorities might deny. So I spent 35 minutes making a small 1-page letter. And if you tell me today, I can just quickly draft it in 2 minutes. So that's the practice you need to do. You just don't need to be passionate about doing something. You need to practice for it. You need to practice behind it. So that's when you become, you get near to perfect. The third thing is performance. You are passionate, you practice well, but you don't perform. It's of no use. Just take an example of the examinations that we all give. You practice a lot at home, learning everything, practicing everything. Even though we all are not passionate about studying, am I right? Yeah, so even if you're not passionate about studying, but you practice a lot, but if you don't perform in the examinations, the marks don't reflect, nobody recognizes you, right? At the end, it's all about the performance. So you need to perform your best after the practice. And the last P is about patience. This is very important, especially in any particular matter of your life, and especially in entrepreneurship. Patience is the number 1 thing that you need to take care of. If you are patient, you have to wait for a lot of things that might come in your life later on. It's not necessary that you start a business, you start a startup, the next day you are rich, you are doing well, you are meeting people. It's not necessary that all your startups succeed. So patience is the number 1 thing that you should have inside you for any matter in your life. So that are the 4 P's that I think are very important, especially for entrepreneurship. All right, so the third slide is about growing up. So when I was 15, I told my parents and my friends that I was thinking to do an event in my city. So initially, my parents were a bit confused. They were encouraging me to do that, but still they were not sure whether I would be able to do that stuff or not. Because in India, back there, we have a theory, we follow till 18, we have to study. After that, that's the convention. Till 18, we have to study. After that, we get into business or we get into college or something like that. But I said, no, I want to do something. I want to encourage and motivate the youth of my society. So I went forward, I took that step. A lot of my friends also criticized me. I can say that's too harsh, but yeah, a lot of friends told me you won't be able to do it, or it's not so easy to do it. But yeah, when you start thinking about it, when you start growing up, it all falls in place. You have to just be a little mature. That, as I've written, not too much. Don't be a lot of mature. You need to have that kid factor because still you are a young person, right? You don't want to be like that old boring guy. Yeah. So the first thing that you need to have a small change is in your words, your vocabulary. When you go to meet any person, like if you have your friend, you just go to him, talk to him informally, like, hey, what's up, dude, and stuff like that. But if you go to meet somebody of a higher authority, for example, some ambassador or some school authorities or any person who's organizing other events, so you need to take care of your vocabulary. You need to change it a little bit, not too much. You just need to start using a bit of professional terms just to make them think that you are ready for the opportunity. Because sometimes a lot of people have the mindset that still, because I faced it a lot. Whenever I've met more than 30 people before, more than 30 different organizations, before doing my first event. And out of those 30, almost 25 to 26 organizations had asked me one question: you are so young, will you be able to do it? And that is the thing that we need to change in the mindsets of the people. That age is exactly like just said before. Age is just a number. There is no limit of doing anything at any age. So yeah, you just need to change a bit of your vocabulary, start being a little bit professional, but not too much. The second thing is about our visions. The main problem that I have noticed in my country with the teenagers, basically in my society, is that they limit their vision to the four corners. Meaning, they have brilliant ideas, they are innovative, their startup is brilliant, they are so bright, but they think they are fearful. They're afraid that their idea might not reach to the world, their idea, people might not conceive their idea and understand their idea like the way they do, and that is why they limit their vision to either their school, either their city, or maximum to their state. So that is the number one problem that we need to change our minds about. We need to broaden our vision. We need to think that we can reach the global level. Why not? Why not? I just met one of other speakers named Sankalp Sharma. He'll be later presenting here. He's one of such examples that you shouldn't limit your vision. You can reach to a large level. You can reach to a global level if you have that in you. So you just don't have to limit. When you limit your vision, that is the time you become handicapped. So that is a very important point to take care of as well. And the third thing is your actions. Your behavior, the way you represent yourself, your personality matters a lot. Because during my experiences, like I'll share a small experience. It's funny, but yeah, okay. I had to meet the vice chancellor of a statewide university in my state. So his name is Dakshesh Thakur. So the meeting was at 5 o'clock, and I had my classes from 4 to 5. So I just ran from the classes to the meeting in my shorts. Yeah, I wear shorts. It's a lot of there is a lot of heat in our state. So I wear shorts, and I just wore a shirt, and I just thought, okay, shirt is fine. So it would be formal. That's okay. And I thought, it's okay. I'm open-minded. So people won't judge me by my clothes, but by the things that I do. So I wore those shorts. I went to the meeting, and when I came out, the last remark that he had was that he was a nice guy. He talked to me appropriately. Everything was fine. At the end, when I was leaving, he just said, Beta, I can understand how the teenagers today dress up and wear informal, come to meetings informally, because that is the way the new generation is coming up. But just take care that when you go to the next meeting, you meet a higher dignitary, you need to at least have a proper formal code. So that was the point when I felt, oh my God, so there is a thing that exists like a formal dress code, and that is important. See, like today I'm wearing a blazer, a pant, it looks good, right? It looks formal, yeah. So that is the thing that also we need to take care about. So these are the three things. The next slide is about, yes, very important. A lot of people, after I done my events, after I was developing a startup, a lot of people asked me that, what is the particular quality that makes a great entrepreneur? So the one answer that I always give is that there is no particular quality. Each and everyone is unique. Each and everyone is the best in their unique way. Okay, so The greatest quality of an entrepreneur is the ability to find out their own sets of trait, identify them, and develop them. For example, if I am good at a particular trait, say marketing, if I identify that, if I take it into my forte, if I go ahead with that stuff, I can be successful in that field. So the greatest trait is to know about yourself, because you are the person who will know the best about you, right? So you need to identify your traits. And the second thing is that the ability to fail. Entrepreneurship is more about failures. If there are 100 ideas, 98 of them fail. Or there are 2 or 3 ideas who reach to the level of Google, Microsoft, right? So you need to be prepared. Again, you need to be patient. You need to be prepared, mentally prepared you might get. There are so many people out there who might degrade you, who might criticize you. You don't have to think a lot about them. Just think about your own idea. Just think about your vision. And don't degrade yourself, okay? But you just have to have that ability to accept your failures and go ahead. You don't have to stop right there. If you fail in a certain thing, you don't have to stop right there. Okay, so if you, for example, if you fail in an examination, do you stop right there or do you try again, give a retest? We give a retest, right? Because we have that hope that we'll be successful the next time. So that is way too important as well. All right, so this is about people who are trying to get their startup on the map or are thinking about developing their startups. Whenever you perceive an idea, like we think 24/7, right? Even when we're sleeping, we think about a lot of things. So if you are thinking about your idea should be unique and exclusive. Okay, if a particular person right there has an idea which is unique, it's original, it is way to implement, it's way to executable, everything is fine. But later on, after 2-3 months down the lane, he or she recognizes that such an idea already exists somewhere. So that can be patented, right? So that is the problem that you face. You have put in all your time, all your resources, everything is put into that idea, then you recognize, no, now you need to back off. We are back to level 1. You need to start thinking about a new idea because it already exists. A lot of people I've seen, they just Google, there are so many people who also think about this stuff, that their ideas might exist, so they search about it. But when they research, they just type on Google ideas related to that, and they just see the first, second, third pages, and they just leave it if it's not there. They think, yeah, it's original, I can do it. But it is not about that. If you are a person who's thinking for an idea, humans have existed for so many years. Your generation, our generation has been so innovative about thinking stuff that it's possible that somebody else around in some other different country might have the same idea that you have, and has tried that but has failed. So you need to find the history of your idea. You need to find the people. You need to actually research about, I can say, everything. Research about each and everything, and I swear to God, Google is not the only answer here. Read books, search on Google, definitely. Meet people, try finding the history of your idea, like have people tried it, what were the consequences, what were the problems that they faced in their parts of their world, or even if in your vicinity, what were the problems that they had got. So one of my friends, I'll just share one more experience. One of my friends, he had a brilliant idea regarding closet products. So there was another guy who had tried the same thing, who had tried to mobilize the same startup in my city about 3 years back, and he did not succeed because the market wasn't ready yet. The people had not perceived those products, that they can use those products in their closets. So now this person again came with the idea 3 years later. He talked to the guy who had initially tried the idea 3 years ago. He researched about everything on the Google. He took surveys. He met a lot of consumers and tried to develop his product and tried to portray it in a way that they accepted. And at the end, he succeeded. And right now, it's already going on in our city. So it is very important to understand your market and to know each and everything about your idea. If you go for a meeting, if somebody asks you a small bit about your idea, you need to know each and every stuff. By each and every stuff, I mean, for example, if you have a service, you should know from the smallest thing that whether it will be serviceable on Sunday or not, what timings will you have for the employees, till the greatest part, that is financing. How will you handle the financing stuff? Will you go for some debt, your own money? You need to know each and everything. Okay? So that is the second most important thing. So the next slide, and that's why I've put a world in back there. You need to know each and everything about the idea. All right, so I'll ask a quick question. How many of you agree here in the room that time is money? Just raise your hands. Okay, almost everyone, right. So yeah, that's very true. That's the fact that time is money, although we cannot use it to buy something. That's sad, but okay. Whenever we start an idea, not everybody of us has a lot of money. See, like I'm not a rich guy, I'm poor, okay? I don't have money, but I have time. I have a lot of time that I can invest. Investment, it does not need to be in terms of money. It can be in terms of time. That can later earn you money, okay? So you need to invest your time into doing something, and that is another problem that the teenagers in my society are facing, that they have a lot of time, but they're afraid to invest their time into something because they feel that that if comes in, what if I don't succeed? Man, if you don't try, you don't know. You need to get out there, you need to try. If you fail the first time, if you fail the second time, if you fail the third time, there are chances you can be successful the fourth time. So invest your time, deploy. It's the one asset that every human is born with. Not every human is born with a good car, a good house, great parents. Nobody knows. But everybody has time, and time is something which never comes back. So time is the only resource, only asset I can say that everybody has, and everybody can use it to make their being existence productive. So yeah, your time is way too important. All right. So do you see the gold bar back there behind the text? So yeah. Everybody in this room, each and every person is like that gold bar. How? Everybody is like gold. You might have a different form, a different shape, a different category, but at the end you are valuable. You are the person who is. Human beings are way too valuable because of their thinking power. You need to start valuing yourself. There are so many people who have issues with themselves. They think that they don't look good. They don't have the sets. They don't have the sets of qualities that good. Like there are so many people in my school who just degrade themselves. They just think they have everything. They have good house. They have great parents. They have a lot of money. They are doing well with their grades. Yet they are not happy. They are not satisfied because they don't value themselves. They just see the next best person, like the person above them, and compare. Comparing is something that can destruct you and destruct your mind. So never compare yourself with somebody else. You are unique, as again I'll say, you are unique in your way. Not necessarily everybody looks as good as Shah Rukh Khan, and it's not necessarily that everybody is so intelligent and so business-minded as Larry Page, you can say. So you are unique in your way. You need to find out that the sets of those traits and go out there and succeed in those. Don't compare. Just don't judge and don't compare. These are the two things that lead to a lot of destruction in the minds. Okay, so that is one of the most important things, that you need to start valuing yourself and never degrade yourself. Even if somebody else is, you yourself you shouldn't degrade. Okay. Fine. So it's I guess the second last slide. It is about what you should do. I have told you what you shouldn't do, right? But now, what you should do as entrepreneurs. This is specifically for entrepreneurs out there. If you want to get into the circle, if you want to start with your own startup, if you want to start your business, if you want to meet a lot of people, the first skill that you need to have, rather than speaking, is listening. Because a lot of people know how to speak well. A lot of people have a good vocabulary. A lot of people know how to speak with those good in a good way, but make the people perceive their idea very well. But a lot of people don't know how to listen to others. Because when you are sitting down there, if you are listening to me right now, you can understand what I am speaking and you can take something good out of it, right? If not all of it, but something out of it. So listening is a very important trait that each and every person needs to have. And not each and every person, like most of the people can speak in any way or other, but not everybody can listen, although their ears are working, right? So you need to be calm, you need to be patient and listen to everybody and understand and analyze. Only then you have to speak up. So that gives you an informed answer. And that's when you show how intelligent, how calm, and how calm you are. So That's very important. You need to start listening. The second thing is networking. Networking is very important. Like, for example, I have come today to this conference. I've met 30 new people, 40 new people. I networked. I've known so many people who are right now in Nepal. I've known so many from India. I have known some from Jamaica as well. So I've started to network. So the next time I go to Jamaica, maybe I call him and he can meet me up. So yeah, so that's the way you need to start networking. You don't know when will you don't know the time when you will be in a problem and you need a help. And for example, if I am stuck somewhere in Bangalore in something and I need some help or assistance, I'll just call my friend Sankalp now because I know he lives there. So you never know who you need whom at what time. Just network, not only with the intentions to start a business or something, not only the intention that he or she will help you in your times. Just network. It's good to know people, right? Do you guys like to communicate with others? Yes? No? Yeah. Okay. So if you like to communicate with others, it's really good because networking is very important. When you network, you come to know about ideas that others have. You get to know a lot of different thinking, different mindsets from various different places of the world. So networking is very important. Then comes building a good reputation. If you network early, if you listen to people, if you speak appropriately, automatically your reputation goes up. You also need to build a good rapport with people, and that is when your startup can go to the next level. Yeah, again the same point, know every bit of your startup. From the smallest thing to the largest thing, know each and everything. You should be able to explain your complete business plan in 60 seconds. However complex your idea is, however long the procedure is to complete your idea or complete your startup, it should be explainable in 60 seconds. So that's very important. And the last thing is being professional. Again, not too much, but yeah, a little bit. Be just a bit professional so that you don't give an impression that you are still a kid, and you show others that you have become mature, you are ready to take the world in your stride, and you are ready to succeed and go forward. Yeah, so that was the last thing, and I would thank you so much for everybody for listening to me, and thank you so much again to GITC for inviting me out here, and once again, thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much.